Shady, welcome to the Matrixxx Groove Hour. How you guys doing, everybody?
Hey, Matrixxx. I don't know if your mic was working there, but I hope everybody's out there 5-5. Good to see you Monday morning. Wow, what a weekend.
Yep, my mic was off. I was hoping maybe, me jump in or something. But anyways, what I said was, welcome to the Matrixxx Groove Hour. It is 3/18, 2019, -1 on the countdown clock of -21. Yesterday was quite an amazing day of Q posts. We've got a lot of stuff to go over. Let's get into it right now. Let me get into that. Let's get into these posts right now. We've got the picture up, and here we are. So this is the thread for 3/17. This will be my thread for Sunday, March 17th. How much more obvious can we make it? And more. -2 yesterday. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Patriots. Let's go. And there is the, the little picture I used to kick off the posts. And we basically start off with Q3097. And Q says, what day is today? How much more obvious can we make it? And this did not show up in the Q map, so I actually went to the 8chan and found out that it was this. Looky, looky.
What do we have here?
What do we have here? We have Donald J. Trump retweeted VB Nationalist, who also follows me. Congratulations at VMBB12. Says, we have to fight back. They have not let up on President Trump nor his supporters since they lost. They are losers. We are winners. President Trump calls on Fox News to bring back Jeanine Pirro. And look at that Q with the MAGA hat. Isn't that just a lovely sight, Patriots?
That is the president retweeting a Q account with a MAGA hat on. Matrixxx, what about that, my friend?
I tell you, I was having, what time? This was around 18 hours. I was celebrating some St. Patrick's Day with family, having some nice dinner, and this came through. I was just like, oh my God, look, Mom. And she fell out of her chair. My brother, who has been skeptical, was like, oh my gosh, this is big. This is a good red pill, guys. I mean,
and all of the anti-Q blue check marks flocked to the conversation yesterday. I thought it was a little bit of a setback to their narrative, I think.
That's right. Oh yeah, it is. It is. Yes, and we are, yes, Stormy Joe, welcome. We are at T-1, and click on Stormy Patriot 21 Joe's link there real quick, guys, but come right back. He's got a new YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to him. I did. He's amazing. Welcome to the YouTube crowd, my friend, and much luck to you, and we'll be talking to you real soon, brother. All right, so then we're going into the next one, and this is it here. This is 3098, Shady, and basically we don't have it circled, but we have it nice and clean for you. And it says Donald J. Trump retweeted this Q MAGA hat. and it says, look what POTUS retweeted, and what's in the upper left corner. And Q says, retweet many for plausible deniability, March 17th. Message to ? Q. Who's that a message to out there in YouTube? Do you guys know who that's a message to? Come on, let me know.
Who would be thinking 17, Matrixx? I'm trying to think.
March 17th and a Q retweeted by the president. YouTube, tell me who that is a message to.
That is the man that is actually acting as the sheriff of our country right now, and it is so impressive.
All right, so Louise says Jack. Okay, and Melissa says us. And I think that's the right answer. I think it is us. It is us, the
all
Patriots.
Of you.
Yes, that is us.
And for your friends and family to show them, the president wants them to see this, and to this disclosure is happening, right, as the D class creeps closer and closer, or whatever the impending events are to unfold very soon. It appears.
Yep, and Q Wife MAGA Life says, hiya, World Patriots. Thank you so much for that. And then thank you, Real Mentoring. I appreciate that. That's a Q. That's awesome. Thank you very much for that. So we got that. So that is a message to us, guys. Wow. I mean, this made my St. Patty's Day, Shady. I don't know about you guys, but man, this was absolutely amazing. So we've got that. And then we've got the next one here. Q Post 3099, Shady. It's blued out for some reason. Let me just go back to that. There we go. 3099, Shady. What does it say?
3099 says, responding to Anon's WRWY, we are with you. Q.
Yeah, the Anon says, Anons! And Q says, we are with you. I mean, Anons, look what happened, Anons.
Can you
Anons.
see this?
That's exactly what happened.
The ripple of excitement could be felt. I think the Schumann resonance might have changed a little bit yesterday because of so much excitement around the planet.
That's right. That is right, man. Wow. So we got some really cool stuff happening. Anons, oh my God, look what just happened. And that's exactly how I felt too. Then Q actually helps fuel the fire a little bit because of what we've been thinking, right? And this is Q Post 3100. And I saw this first, that Jordan Sather retweeted this picture right here of our friend John Pito. And on the gun that this New Zealand person used, there are the same symbolisms as this guy's 14 in the fish. So you see the 14 in the fish, 14 in the fish. And by the way, it is proven fact that John Podesta was in New Zealand 5 days ago and warned of a major cyber attack. Okay? And the 14 fish plus the Osiris myth. I'm going to read what's in here because Q reposted it. Osiris was murdered and cut up into 14 pieces by his brother Set and scattered throughout the land of Egypt. Osiris's wife, Isis, set out to find all of the pieces of his body to resurrect him. She found all but the 14th, his phallus, which was eaten by a fish, now cursed because of this, in the river Nile. Isis made a phallus out of gold and temporarily resurrected Osiris so she could convince a child their offspring is god of Horus. 14 plus fish equals the male phallus, symbolizing power, sex magic, and resurrection. That's Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, folks. Okay. Former Clinton campaign manager John Podesta paid a visit to New Zealand 4 days before the deadly mass shooting to warn of the imminent major cyber attack. An interview with NewsHub, political, and we actually played the video for you guys, if you guys recall. We called this, first.
Yep.
Here, right here. Not that that matters because we're all here and we're all in it together. But this is amazing. And I wanted to let you know that we got Michael Rothschild. I actually tweeted to him recently too, but this is Rothschild's Daily Dot article. I know he's a shill, and it's okay.
Well, no, he's not a shill. He's the number one debunker of conspiracy theories.
Yeah. New Zealand shooter, QAnon fans get their radicalization from the exact same place. And, according to initial reports, the accused Christchurch shooter had no link to QAnon. And that is actually true. He has no link to QAnon. Did he post on the 8chan board? Yes. But did he post on Q board? No. He did not post on Q research, okay? This has nothing to do with QAnon. This guy has nothing to do with QAnon. This guy has nothing to do with you and me.
And there's a lot of misunderstandings among people who don't realize what the 8chan the boards are, but there's so many boards over there from thousands and thousands of topics that have boards. Q's board is kind of to the side of that. It has its own area over there. It's not just spread out over the whole platform.
And listen to this. For one thing, the manifesto is strikingly similar to the recently published QAnon book in its tone and style, as both are full of long rambling digressions and personal grievances often backed up by Wikipedia citations. I mean, are you kidding me? So this is it. Look at who's here. Oh, so the manifesto also makes frequent mentions of sex abuse and using memes to get out its writer's racist message, both critical components of QAnon. And this wasn't lost on the most prolific Q bakers who decode the messages. I mean, this guy doesn't even use the terminology correctly. It was a tweet that I had here. It says the shooter has a Twitter. Okay, we were just digging, right? Weapons were posted here, meaning Twitter, 2 days prior to 8chan. So if they go after 8chan, they go after Twitter, okay? Simple. That's simple logic. And then I said, oh, look, there's even a manifesto, and I have the manifesto right here, okay? I don't even know if I have to, read that or anything because it's irrelevant to Q. Beyond the manifesto itself, we've seen time and time again that Q pulls everything around in it. Plane crashes, typos, and Trump tweets, and uses these as firewood to help keep the conspiracy burning. So it's natural that Q believers would see Christchurch massacre as yet another endless front in the endless battle between good and evil and its core beliefs. Well, it's not just that one coincidence in Christchurch. I mean, the Parkland kids visited that exact same place, guys.
Not the town,
right?
the actual venue,
right? And there's many people doing decodes of the video. There's a lot of questions. Questions like this breed. There's two shooters I've seen. So if you want to go look at this stuff, go look at this stuff. We can't really, cover it here because we'll be deleted. Right.
Well, yeah. One thing I can say is there are clips being passed around, like little prior clips where he's firing the weapon and the casings are coming out of the gun and literally disappearing into thin air. They should be hitting the ground and bouncing, and they're just disappearing before they even hit the ground. More than 10 of them. So lots of questions out there. Also, firing a gun inside a car and not exploding the windshield is a little bit unusual, especially considering it's a shotgun. Like he said, we're not going to be playing the video and digging deep into it. But you guys out there, a lot of you I can see in the chat have already have a nose on a lot of this stuff.
Yes, absolutely, and yes, they are right there. And this is very interesting. So he picked on Jordan Sather as well, and Joe M, of course, saying child murdering John Podesta was taunting us with this knowledge that he had in his latest horrendous deep state attack against the people of New Zealand was coming. And here we go to mine, right? This is my FF to take down 8chan NZ mosque shooter posted on 8chan beforehand. And I think I'm asking a correct question. But he says, what evidence is for any of this? None. They are the same claims made about most every mass shooting and terrorist attack. Wow. So there's a pattern, you say, Mike? Huh? Very interesting. There is a pattern. But they're not basely. preferred without evidence. We have the evidence. We look at it. We with our own eyes. We use our own logic. We don't need to be told by you, Mike Rothschild, or anybody else what to think. And that's what this is all about. You guys don't even have to be. I'm not telling you what to think. I want you to think. Okay. And then the Q believers claim that the shooter was too invested in American politics for being an Australian. Well, he's not vested in American politics. He's actually probably has John Podesta's, view more than anything. He's not a Trump supporter. So then, he basically goes on to say that, we're ridiculous to say that it could actually take down Q, or where Q posts, I should say, is 8chan. So in New Zealand, they've banned 4chan, 8chan, and LiveLeak already. Okay.
And yeah, they're putting, there was one teenager, an 18-year-old story I just saw where they put an 18-year-old in sentencing him to like 14 years for sharing the video.
Right.
I mean, immediately, like this quick. How is that a function? What is going on over there?
And we've got our Kiwi Patriot in there. He's actually crafty enough probably to get around this ban and whatnot. But I think all you got to do is use a VPN. But here's the, so they are. And then they said, Shady at Forbes found this article. We found this article this weekend. But after the New Zealand terror attack, here's why 8chan won't be wiped for the web. In my opinion, Shady, they're just setting it up to be wiped from the web. Think mirror.
Right. It's like a total, softball pitch. They're putting the conversation out there. Well, why wouldn't we shut it down if they're doing this?
Right.
It's kind of like the way the article's written.
Right. And in fact, guys, if you guys want the articles, I'm going to drop them right here into the chat for you. There's the one for Mike Rothschild. Here's the one for the New Zealand carriers block 8chan, 4chan, and LiveLeak. And then here is the one on Forbes saying it won't be taken down. But I don't believe them. I mean, I have a feeling, the attacks will only intensify, and this, in my opinion, would be an intensified attack. Okay, to try to break us. To try. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my gosh. To try to break us, from Q posting. To try to break from Q posting. Excuse me.
We'll try to shut down the world's attention to it. Their ability to bring, their ability to focus on this whole thing is, they're already talking about making any type of rifle illegal there. So they move immediately to gun control. The manifesto from this person actually said his intent was to divide America along the lines of the Second Amendment, because of the discussion that would ensue in America. And the mainstream media seems to be playing right along with that narrative and taking it and trying to put it in the lap of your president. And they worked all weekend attempting to say that Donald Trump is responsible for the person who killed people in New Zealand. All of them did that.
Yep, and Jesus Loves You says, where do we go if YouTube goes down? Well, we've got intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com. And we've got a social media site where I have a profile there, and we've got about over 3,000 Patriots also subscribed over there. If I go away for being on the top 200, if they get my account X'd off that list, right? Or if you get X'd off the list, or if anybody gets any, this is our round, rally point so we can find each other again. Okay, so intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com. If you want to get over there and check it out. We've got some major changes coming. We were supposed to do it Sunday, but we're going to do it this week. We've cleaned up the website a little bit, so it's a little more, useful for people.
A little more user-friendly.
User-friendly.
All the information is more
seeable,
more accessible.
Accessible, yeah. And so this is the 3100. So we went over what the 14 and the fish means. That's not a Trump supporter right there, brothers and sisters. Let me just tell you. And then it says, what does a dog do when she has a bone? Did he have a therapist? Who paid for his travel to the Middle East? Now, they bury it, right? Do they bury it when they have a bone? Do they chew on it? I think they try to bury the bone, okay? Bury the evidence. Do they have a therapist? So the guy obviously was under a therapist, and I'm sure. And I did check the chans that we do have pictures of him with ISIS. We do have pictures of him in Pakistan, I believe, as well, and articles. So this guy is a deep state shill, and the biggest deep state shill was over there 4 days prior to this, and I'm sure there's no coincidence there. And we've
And
got Judge
also, yeah,
Judge
there was
Justice
also
Ruth
an article that
Bader
came out.
Ginsburg. Real quick, we got
Yeah, go ahead.
Ruth RBG in 2016 saying if Trump wins, we're going to New Zealand. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm sure that's a coincidence too.
Yeah, that's a total coincidence. I think it was like 3 days before he also was quoted in an article that said that the New Zealand elections would be a juicy target for a hack. But this was an article that was out like 3 or 4 days before the event happened there. So a juicy target, how with watching the Serial Brain and everything, how they communicate with each other through their tweets and stuff, how
Yeah.
they activate each other. So very interesting that he would tweet something like that, a juicy target, almost like a nod to the therapist to activate the perpetrator.
And we have a YouTube commenter right there, Q Dutch. It says, in the Matrix, a shooting in the Netherlands were today, calling it a terror attack, 3 dead and 5 wounded. Yes, I saw that today. We're going to pray for you guys over there in Holland and the Netherlands. Thank you very much for sharing that. So we're going to dig on that a little bit as well, right? So stay safe, Patriot. All right, so so we're going to cruise back to the next one. This is a thread on John Podesta in the New Zealand 8 days before the shooting. And this thread is absolutely amazing, right? This is Burn Notice. It's a Burned Spy 34 at Burned, BURNED, Spy 34. And I'm going to copy and drop that link right in here for you guys. And this one is Podesta had just completed an Australian speaking tour on March 7th, 2019. There's been very little media coverage about it, right? So this is the actual March 7th, John Podesta, The Path to Progress. This is where he was at 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. AEDT time. And this is Chiefly Research Center, the Mikel Institute, and the Sydney Policy Lab invite you to attend a special event. John Podesta in conversation. Sorry, I just threw up a little. 2, he's now offering huge support for the current NZ Prime Minister while warning of a likely future cyber attacks, just as we called the big juicy target. We reported that on Friday on our show. And we even played the video of him talking. Creepy Skippy guy. 3,
Gosh.
being so far away from the U.S., Skippy, Podesta, mustered up the courage to rip apart Trump's reputation to his New Zealand audience. Very special, Skippy. It's a good example of treasonous spirit. Darkness will be exposed by its disregard for authority and due process. So here it is. Podesta gave his views on the United States president, saying he is completely unfit and unqualified to be the president of the United States. Well, then why did we elect him then, Skip? He said there is a huge amount of division within politics. And Trump was an example of that. You see it with the building of the wall. It's largely politics of fear and politics of racism. And add to that his misogyny and his toxic mix. I mean,
None of that stuff is criminal.
it's just insane. And number 4, he references Five Eyes in the article above as well. It's also very interesting giving the pending FISA D-class. He rounded out the tour reminding us of the danger social media as being fake news, right? Because we're going to report the truth on him, and he's afraid of that. And then he also continues to give another reminder about the total nonsense of the Comet Ping Pong story. And you can't make this stuff up. But going back to Five Eyes, New Zealand is where they were going to get access. Brennan, Clinton, and previous Q posts. And it's because they don't track the people that are accessing. So New Zealand is very important to these people.
Yeah, the skiff that is there in New Zealand is what I think we've been referenced a few times through Q, actually,
Yep.
big meeting place for them.
Yep. And New Zealand is a member of the Five Eyes Spy Network, a powerful intelligence hub made up of the U.S., UK, Canada, Australia, and us, the U.S. He says we're a juicier target and should guard against hacking, information being weaponized as fake news. What's new is this weaponization, the use of social media to spread discord, lies, dissatisfaction, That's what I think you've got to look out for. So you see, he's teeing this up. This is before the attack, guys. He's teeing this up to social media, spread discord, lies, dissatisfaction regarding 8chan. And he even mentioned Discord, where a lot of these people, a lot of us meet and go over Q posts and research, right? Interesting stuff. Mr. Podesta played a starring role in one of the great conspiracy theories of the election. His hacked emails include, they weren't hacked. His password was password. His hacked emails included an exchange about a Washington, D.C. pizza joint called Comet Ping Pong. The rumors were that HC and I were running a child porn ring, which had no basis in anything. But a guy showed up with a gun and ended up shooting up the pizza parlor, he says. This is a cautionary tale from someone who understands too well the influence damage hacking and fake news can do. New Zealand is not exempt, and NewsHub understands it's something the Prime Minister is seriously concerned about. Mr. Podesta is in New Zealand for a global progressive event. NewsHub. Now, you talked about Comet Ping Pong, now you got Will Summer, at Will Summer over there, who's another he's number 2 debunker of Q. He's actually a fan of ping pong, and I didn't tweet it, but I do have the screen grab right here, and I'll share it with you guys later. But for Summer, who now campaign editor at The Hill, it was just another weekend on the right-wing news beat. It was a Saturday night. This is a quote. It was a Saturday night, and all these alt-right guys I follow were tweeting about Comet Ping Pong, Summer said, which, being in D.C., I go and enjoy. And I thought, finally, we have something in common. Will Summer. So Will is another one that shills for the deep state, and I think that's a very interesting connection.
He was one that was hopping around yesterday as well whenever the president retweeted a Q person.
Mm-hmm.
He had lots to say about that.
Lots to say. 6 days after calling NZ a big juicy target, we have a terror attack. Wow, it could be nothing, but something smells off here. And then Burn Notice, Q got involved, warning of large attacks coming in the days, post 3077, where Q says, be vigilant at all times. US, UK, France, Italy. See something, say something. Narrative change needed. Fake news attempting to rebrand harmful testimony and instead provide misleading info to their readers. Example. And it goes to the Washington Post, example, changing the narrative, and it says, enemy of the people, Q. And then Q3078, Anon asked about the New Zealand attack, and Q responds with a chilling response, and it was not big enough to take over the headlines. Not big enough to pull headlines / news away. Think days. So then 8, the speaker right here has a tweet, who's awesome, by the way. If you're not following at the speaker 2018, go ahead and do it. And it starts. Breaking. The New Zealand mosque shooter says in his manifesto that he admires Donald Trump because Trump is a symbol of renewed white identity and common purpose. So that's there too. And then basically that is the end of the thread that we had here. So, and then we continued on earlier just to this. So very good Burn Notice. Thank you for that right there. And also I've got the whole thread here in Thread Reader app. If you guys want to go to see that, it's easier to it's easier to like maybe show somebody without navigating the tweets. So let me go ahead and just throw that down there for you. Then we've got 1 year Delta posts were very interesting, Shady. A year ago on St. Paddy's Day, 9:55, Q replies to 9:54 that says next week, boom, 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 Q, USMC activated US3 in parentheses, Q. That was a very, and I just like to take a look at the 1 year Delta tweets. Here's another one. Panic mode. Enjoy the show. And yesterday certainly was panic mode with the blue checks and the attackers against myself and Joe and Praying Medic and iPot, and it was panic mode yesterday for those folks.
Yeah, it was. They were all over the place and coming even at us from a few weird different angles. If you go back What he was just showing you there was March 17 of last year, 2018. If you look at March 17, March 18, and March 19 of last year, you're going to see lots of these boom posts by Q. There were quite a few going through these few days here a year
Yes.
ago.
Yes. And then also it was this now playing 4, 5, and 6, Guardians of the Pedophiles. Panic
Enjoying
in
the show?
DC. Panic in DC and FISA right there. And that's those are playing right now, guys. And I am enjoying the show, Shady. How about you?
I
And
am. I really am. My popcorn is nice and warm. We got plenty of butter, and the show has been magnificent to see them struggle to explain to the American people what they mean by the words coming out of their mouths.
right. And Q says we must fight. And let's go ahead and we'll take a look at this video. We must fight, guys.
Now let's set the record straight. There's no argument over the choice between peace and war. But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender. Admittedly, there's a risk in any course we follow other than this, but every lesson of history tells us that the greater risk lies in appeasement. And this is the specter our well-meaning liberal friends refuse to face, that their policy of accommodation is appeasement. And it gives no choice between peace and war, only between fight or surrender. If we continue to accommodate, continue to back and retreat, eventually we have to face the final demand, the ultimatum. And what then? When Nikita Khrushchev has told his people he knows what our answer will be. He has told them that we're retreating under the pressure of the Cold War, and someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time, we will have been weakened from within spiritually, morally, and economically. He believes this because from our side he's heard voices pleading for peace at any price, or better read than death, or as one commentator put it, he'd rather live on his knees than die on his feet. And therein lies the road to war, because those voices don't speak for the rest of us. You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery. If nothing in life is worth dying for, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross? Should the Patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard round the world? The martyrs of history were not fools. And our honored dead, who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis, didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not advance. Winston Churchill said the destiny of man is not measured by material computations. When great forces are on the move in the world, we learn we're spirits, not animals. And he said there's something going on in time and space and beyond time and space, which, whether we like it or not, spells duty. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
Wow.
Wow is right.
God bless America.
And God bless all you patriots out there standing up for something that is real instead of ignoring it and moving on with your daily lives. It's been you guys that has got us all to this juncture. I can't say it enough times.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Freedom is never more than one generation from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed down.
Are vegans healthy?
Are vegans healthy? I don't know.
Are vegetarians healthy?
Jeez. Sorry about that, guys. So they have a commercial on that, okay? So I guess that Q linked us to another Patriot. God bless Ty Dale for putting that together, and Q for pointing that to us again. That is an amazing video, and we have to fight back. We have to fight back because they're trying to take Janine Pirro off. and our president calls.
They came after
Esther.
Tucker
And
hard
Tucker,
last week.
Tucker. And we have to fight back. We have to fight. We must fight, and we have to fight back, Patriots. And that's what we're doing every day. And we're taking all of these, jabs and everything. It's amazing. So here is the next one. This is Q post. Keep fighting as well. 3014. And it says, to the people that got you here, keep fighting for Tucker. And fight hard for Judge Janine. Your competitors are jealous. They all want what you've got. Number one. Don't hand it to them on a silver platter. They can't beat you. You can only beat yourselves. And Q+. That was POTUS. That was an amazing tweet. And, Tucker and Judge Janine, if you guys want to come on here, Judge, you're welcome. We'll have you here. No problem. On the intheMatrixxx YouTube channel. What do you think, Shady?
Would be welcome.
Welcome. You got a platform here. And I know that We the People Insider 1776 also would have you on there. We're all working hard. Jordan Sather would have you on. Praying Medic, we will all have you on. iPod would probably have you on, Judge. So come on out. We have to fight back, guys. Okay? And so that's amazing. And then Q posts this. And I think this... let me just give you a little bit of an insight to this. Yesterday, there was a major attack on many of the Patriot Twitter accounts and YouTube accounts. And Q posts this. I mean, people were asking about me. Am I okay? Right? Oh my gosh, is intheMatrixxx okay? What should we do, Q? And Q reposts this. 2. Patriot. A person who loves, supports, and defends his or her country and its interests with devotion. 2. A person who regards him or herself as a defender, especially of individual rights, against presumed interference by the federal government. 2. Traitor. What's a traitor, Q? 1. A person who betrays another, a cause, or any trust. 2. A person who commits treason by betraying his or her country. Now, Patriots and friends, I really want you to think long and hard about this post right here. I want you to think about who loves, supports, and defends their countries and its interests with devotion. Who regards themselves as a defender, especially of individual rights, against the presumed interference of a federal government? Who are the people that are betraying another, or a cause, like a Q movement, or any trust, people that we've known that are going against us now? So a traitor is a person who betrays another, a cause, or any trust. I want you to think about that for a minute, my friends and fellow patriots. I am devoted. I've been doing every Q post since last February. There is no usurpment of Q. It's all there. They want it gone. People want it gone. People want Janine Pirro gone on the higher up level.
People want me and you to be quiet.
They want us to be quiet. And we've got traitors within our community. They're people who betray another or a cause.
Without context and without conversation and without discussion. Just abandon and attack.
This is a very important Q post, guys. Very important. And you have to look at the context of the attacks that we've been under. All of us. The president. Tucker. Janine. Tori. iPod. Jordan. Everybody has their own mission.
They're attacking the people that did the book. They're attacking X22 report. They're attacking SGT report. They're attacking anyone who is attempting to be a citizen journalist and to receive funding for their efforts. Any human being doing that, they are standing in contradiction to.
The Q movement is made up of individuals, QAnons.
We're all
that follow documented, verifiable evidence about the truth of our history to expose the corruption and the evil that has plagued our world for generations. QAnons are not told what to think. QAnons are not told how to feel about a topic. The entity of Q represents questions and information for analysis and thought. QAnon's research for the truth and present their findings and are scrutinized by peers for further cooperation. The Q movement is not about violence, subversion, or control. Some of the findings have been very terrifying, Shady. But this is the investigative job that our mainstream media refuses to do, and we are doing it. And the choice to know what has been found, verified, and presented is entirely up to you. The dark will come to light. Where we go one, we go all, Shady.
And that darkness coming to light right now, Matrixx. It's happening right now. We expected this, and it's happening. But I feel like I'm on the edge of my seat and excited because I kind of just don't care because I pretty much know that they're not going to succeed.
Q Dutch said, I heard Dustin had a beef with Corticon. Well, Corticon had a beef with me and everybody else.
And me.
And
he came at me too.
So look,
this is what I mean.
My war is not against Corticon.
Right.
Or Livid, or any one of these people that are butthurt and jealous, or whatever it might be.
I don't really care.
I am on the list that says, let's look at this, guys. Patriots. What is a patriot? I am on the list that called me a patriot. I don't know how much clearer Q has to be. And what does that mean, Matrixx?
I mean, it seems like to me, I have a indication, and I'm watching they're taking people that Q points to and thinking Q is pointing to them in a negative light. Right. And they're running with it and digging on people and attacking people because they think Q is putting a laser beam on your head.
Right. That's right. That's exactly what's happening.
That's what these idiots are interpreting it as. And I just can't do anything other than move on and recognize that things will be easily known soon.
Right. Fake news only divides. Divided you're weak. Together you're strong. United, not divided. And you also have to remember this. Let's take a look one more time. A traitor is a person who betrays another, a cause, or any trust. Okay? There were people. $5 fine for whiners. Kaboo, Corticon. You know what? We can show that comment. That's funny because, it's whatever. You have the freedom to think. I still follow Corticon. I didn't block him, like he said. I actually muted him. I did block him before, but we've worked it out. But we can't work it out anymore, apparently. Basically, I want to show you. I'm trying to actually find the actual post, right? The one that outlined the top 200, right? Let me see. Patriots. I don't know if it's going to find it, but yeah, here it is. Here's the top 200, right? This is Q Post 2880. Okay. Here's round one, I believe. These are all Patriots. Every single one of them that are on here have been queued, okay, as Patriots. Here they are, all of them, and one. We'll never forgive and never forget, right? So I got to go to 2880, Let me see, 2878. This has really been tough. It's hard to... 2878. I'm doing this on the fly for you guys. All right. So for those who think this war is fake or is not considered a major threat, this is a direct attack by Hillary Clinton on Q and pro-POTUS patriots. The article reference has an embedded link that literally targets pro-Q POTUS Twitter accounts and have been identified by Clinton deep state as serious threats, ability to shift the narrative. Twitter's already begun to remove the targeted accounts' stages under false pretenses. The war is real. The threat is real. Clinton panic. Clinton fear. Judgment Day coming. And then there's the link of the embed article right here. And Q points to all these people. Look at them. Look at them. These are all patriots. And what is the definition of a patriot? A person who loves, supports, and defends his or her country and in its interest with devotion. Okay? A person who regards him or herself as a defender, especially of individual rights, against presumed interference by the federal government. Okay? Who's on this list? Here's one. Okay? I'm on the list. And I'm still here. And I'm still going to fight, no matter what all these shills say. I'm here for you. And I don't know. So that's 2878. Let's go to 2879, I'm guessing. Gosh, I gotta write these down. No, it's gonna be 2880. 2880. Sorry, guys. So 2880. Now we just read what the targeted Patriots account are, right? We read what the lead up to this. Look right here. Here's in the Matrix, queued again, guys, right here. On Q's post. What does Q say about these people? Gosh darn it. So what is it, 2881? Man, let me try that, guys. All right, 2881. Here we go. We're on this list, all right? Patriots, okay? What is the definition of a patriot? You guys know. We just went over it 3 times. You have been selected as threats and falsely labeled as foreign disinfo agents. Though they attempt to disguise, at the bottom is not all. This is an attempt to target and remove by false pretense all threatening voices, elimination of free speech to prevent loss of control. These actions are now being monitored and would strongly encourage forwarding this information to the appropriate members of Congress, Senate, and the media. We believe this is a test run to effectively silence the opposition while testing the potential media backlash and or official response, right? So this is an attempt to remove, silence. It's fascism, guys. Those, myself, who oppose their view and narratives should further demonstrate their resolve to control the message, the narrative. They want to win at any cost. Okay, so I just need you to understand that I am taking a lot of heat, guys. And I want you to know that I am with you. I am with I'm with you in this battle, and
we chose to
look what's on my thing. Is this usurping Q? Is this saying anything negative about? These are Q posts, guys, and brilliant anon research along with myself and you guys. We are in this together. Okay. All right. So, Shady, further comment before we go to 3106.
Just to let everyone know that you and I knew this was going to be the case. And we attempted to resist a little bit the going forward as a team, but it became inevitable, and we threw caution to the wind and said, yes, we want to be here. Yes, we want to do this. Yes, we're going to stand up and take the heat because this fight is for everyone, and there's no other time to fight than now. And Q told us to be loud and be heard, and so we decided to use our voices as a medium to other people trying to find information. If that's what they're irritated about, then let them sit in it, and let's just keep winning.
Right. And Corticon, if you want to come on and talk about how you told me you were a Democrat and you removed all your videos for the Q movement and started fresh, you can come on. Okay? You can come on. Come on and let's talk, brother. I'm open invite to you. And, I know that you support General Flynn, as do I. But I also support the POTUS and this Q movement. And I don't attack Patriots. And I won't attack you. But if you want to talk about it, I'm here for you. Go ahead and DM me. I'm following you. You're not following me, but I'm following you. If you want to be a man, come be a man. All right. With that, we go into the next Q post. Let's see. Here we are. Q post. This is amazing, Shady. This is
3106.
Yes, this is a picture. Let's see. I think I probably have a better one on my Q.
This is a picture of a picture.
It's a picture of a picture, exactly. And it's amazing, right? And then look what Song Babe, and she's out here right now. Song Babe!
She is in the house.
She is in the house. Look what she found. She found the full picture.
She's like, this is the real picture.
Dark to light.
Boom.
There it is. There it is. And Spuds Forever says, haters gonna hate. Yeah, I know that.
On the day that, this is just a little bit after the President of the United States retweeted a Q account.
Okay?
Yeah. Dark to light, good versus evil. The comms should be very, very clear here.
Right. Look at this. And this is the book, right? This is a book between heaven and hell. Good versus evil worlds, right? There you go. And I thought this was an interesting picture, similar. Okay, so this was interesting too. This is the biggest scandal in history. Do you guys believe in coincidences? Check this out. Our Donald Trump, March 17th, 2019, said, what the Democrats have done in trying to steal a presidential election, first the ballot box, then after the failed with the insurance policy, is the biggest scandal in the history of our country. Let's take a look at Q post on 2/18/19, February 18th. And it says
1 month earlier.
And it says, It's talking about attempt to isolate FBI and DOJ. It's talking about, do you believe in the FBI and DOJ acted alone? If the HRC directed and financed the dossier in order to obtain bulk so-called evidence in order to generate circular news articles, think Yahoo, and obtain FISA court sign-off, it is responsible to think that members of the intel apparatus, State Department, with foreign allies, etc., who were also involved. The biggest scandal in our known history. A new word for treason will need to be invented. Why does Hussein continue to proudly state his administration was scandal-free? Define projection. So
he proudly states it because he knows no one will stand up and counter that narrative.
And so this is very relevant. Hat tip to the Anon that did this. Very, very relevant. And I think Vega went ahead and dropped that in there for you guys.
Yes, she got it.
All right. So Snig is, I've known this guy for a long time, and I want to give him a shout out because what he said here was absolutely true, because it's a tree, right? And Snig attached it to the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Jefferson. The blood of patriots is already adorning the tree. Doesn't take much of a guess to predict what's next. Snig. Amazing comment, my brother. And if you're not following him, I'm gonna drop him his actual tweet, and go give him a follow. He's a great guy. I like him a lot. All right. So let me see where I'm at here. Okay. So we're back to the Q map. We're going back to the Q map for the next one, and this is the flag, right? Amazing. This is 1775.png. And if we don't understand what that means, it is the Revolutionary War began April 19th, 1775.
That is correct.
Which is also amazing because that's my brother's birthday. A lot of weird stuff happened on April 19th because it's an occult holy day as well.
Right. Yeah. A lot of the events, Columbine, Waco, many events happen around those dates in April. And, they call it Earth Day.
And Shady, I took this Q seal that an Anon made, and I
saw that.
I made a little meme. I put a little president. Look at that. And I found a really cool picture of him looking as serious as he could. And I thought, it's hard to find good Donald Trump pictures because you know how the news is, right?
He doesn't look very happy with the deep state there.
Right. No, he's not happy, but he's serious, man. He's ready to fire some people. So that was actually amazing. And then who had real control? This is amazing.
This is amazing.
Okay, so
this is another big event that happened yesterday.
Yeah, so this is a huge event. So this is QAnon 76, who's absolutely amazing. If you're not following QAnon 76, you better go over there because much respect to QAnon. He's underneath every POTUS thread. I see him sometimes, but after I see the Krasinski brothers, right? But basically, this tweet here, he says this. He was underneath the president's tweet and said, and Q says, hello, picture's named Hello Jack. And Q says, at Jack, who has the real control? Can you remove the top comments? Q. So, and I don't know, let's just go check it out now. Let me just open
and
this.
Maybe let me give a little explanation real fast to people out there who may not use Twitter, but with Twitter, whenever the president tweets, they have the algorithm rigged to where there's these couple accounts, the Krasinski brothers, whose derogatory, mean, irrelevant, dishonest, narrative, consumptive, Kool-Aid drinking tweets are always pinned right to the bottom of his tweet. Every single time he tweets, their tweets are right there at the bottom and attached to it for almost anyone who sees the tweet to see their comments. Q here is saying, we, of course, obviously know this, have been watching this and see this happen, and we've been allowing this to happen until now. And then it was turned off yesterday, or something shifted, and all of a sudden, actual top comments pinned themselves to the president's tweets. And if you went back through a bunch of them, you hardly even saw those guys on the Twitter yesterday. So pretty incredible stuff there.
Oops. Yeah, so it's mostly
what are you finding? Oh, I'm seeing you now.
Yeah. Just looking at some of the, I see a lot of Patriots right here. I only seen a couple of shills.
Mostly
ones.
Patriots, though, right?
Yeah.
Not shills.
Yeah, look at that.
Which is completely different because before all you saw was the Democrat talking points stuck under there.
That's right. And the Anons were taking a look at it. There was a time where it went back to the Krassenstein brothers, and then it looks like there was a fight going back and forth, actually, with Jack. So then...
Wonder who's going to win that.
Right. Ultimately, right? We know. You know. I know. So this is the next one, Shady. You want to take it? 3109.
Yep. So number 3109, and the title of this one is Jack Dorsey showed his hand. Thanks for playing that, Jack. Showing your hand was the intended target. The strike will be fast. Shall we play a game? Question mark.
Shall we play a game?
Shall we play a game?
And then the next one was like, hey, I just made a mistake. Strike on the move. So that's 3110. So there was just a misspelling. It wasn't, the T was not, removed on purpose.
So I mean, just to kind of pull back just a second and look at the dancing. Look at how Q and POTUS and all the Patriots are making them dance now, almost like we've got their puppet strings, and we've had the puppet strings the whole time. So just a message out there to all my beautiful, wonderful, lovely Anon friends across the world. We're watching a show. We're watching an unveiling. We're watching the Great Awakening. The Great Awakening means the information being available to you to go find. That's what's happening. More than anything, that's what's happening. The information is being displayed for us to see. Trickle has been the operation so far, but now we're past the point of having Barr in there. We have the judges in there. The president has like 150 appointed judges around the country now. People are in place, and you watched last week the Hollywood scheme start to unravel. So all of these different, like Lionel says, all these plates that are spinning are now coming around to a working point, to a conversation point, and being brought up as we all talk about what we really want to talk about, which is the securing our country, and let's stop killing Americans that are 9 months old, and we're going to actually bring wealth back and deal with the Federal Reserve. Those are conversations that all of us are attempting to get the narrative around to, and whenever we make them dance like this, like what's going on with Jack and Facebook. I mean, look at what Facebook have. Look at all the shares they got. I think we're getting ready to go into some of the stuff that Jack just did. I think you have there. Yeah. So yeah, like look at the way they're moving around. Look at the way Facebook moved around last week and all the stuff that's happening. So I just want to say those things out loud to encourage you guys to understand that the future is right in front of us. And just be patient with the way that you work with other people who start to come to this information, because they are not going to understand in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then, we're talking about the American Revolutionary War that began in April 19th, 1775, and the Battle of Lexington and Concord started the American Revolution on 4/19/1775. This is a marker. We fight an old glory. And Anon went ahead and looked at a Q post, which is 2436. In fact, let me go to Q map and go to 2436, and let's read it, because it's actually very, very good. Hang on one second. 2436. Here we go. This is about saving America, right? So the entire world is watching. Patriots from around the world are praying for America. We are bound by a feeling deep inside, a feeling that cannot be publicly expressed for fear or ridicule, a feeling that challenges the mainstream narrative against that which we are told to accept and dare not question. Put simply, the people are being abused by those in power, and time is running out. Remember the battles of Lexington and Concord? Give me liberty or give me death. Far too long we have been silent and allowed our brands of strength that we once formed to defend freedom and liberty to deteriorate. We became divided. We became weak. We elected traitors to govern us. We allowed evil to prey on us. Those who claim to represent us gave us false hope, made false promises. The evil and corruption only grew. This is more than party politics. This is about restoring old glory. This is about saving our land and our people from those who wish us harm. This is about preserving our republic. This is about preserving our safety. This is about restoring our strength. This is about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This is about protecting our children. This is about saving America. We are all God's children. We are fathers. We are mothers. We are daughters. We are sons. We are brothers. We are sisters. We do not look at race. We do not look at skin color. We are united in these states of America. We are and will always be patriots. We must rise again. We must unite again. We must fight again. For God and country, please answer the call and vote. God bless America. Where we go one, we go all. Q. And that's basically what was here, talking about Old Glory. It's a marker. You see this? The Tree of Liberty. I mean, look at this. A very amazing, brilliant anon graphic. I wanted to share that with you. Oh.
Powerful post there.
Yes, it was. This is graphics. This is Ben Garrison. It's an animated tune of Hillary Clinton. It's the Crooked Cranium. Ben Garrison is a living legend. I mean, go subscribe to his YouTube account. Thank you, Ben. And let's play this because I actually had to put it on here for him. Here we go. Under sniper fire, Russia. Genius. So I thought that was genius, Shady, and go get Ben Garrison on his YouTube channel. There's only like 719 subscribers over there, which, you know, baffles me. So get over there. Subscribe to Mr. Garrison. Amazing.
So amazing.
Yeah. And I think he's going to do a lot more of this stuff, too. Then we've got this. I wanted to point this out to you. Jack tweeted at 10:57 p.m., 17 March, from Chitsoshi, Hokkaido, Japan. And at 10:59, Q posts. So literally 2 minutes apart. And Q says, thanks for playing, Jack. Showing your hand was the intended target. The strike will be fast. Shall we play a game? And Jack posted the Japanese flag. And Q answered with that. So very, very interesting. I'm sure it's a coincidence. Yeah. Yeah. And then,
yeah, that's communications.
And then I want to show you this too. Q3109, the strike will be fast. And this is a Donald Trump tweet from 2013, 19 September. Move slowly, carefully, and then strike like the fastest animal on the planet. Could be a Q proof.
That is the operation we are in.
That's right. Also, let's look at Jack. What are you doing? Every 7 days, you're selling $7 million worth of stuff.
You don't believe in Twitter, bro?
You don't like Twitter? Is Twitter going down? Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back. Oh, sorry. You guys don't like my singing, do you, Shady? But he's a 10% owner, and he sold 103,000 shares of the stock. Wednesday, March 13th, the shares were sold at an average price of $77, $7 million. And if you look at the dates, it's like every 7 days, 6 or 7 days. Look at that. It's like he's, limited. I got to get rid. I got to dump.
Or yeah, he's trying to stay under pulling a certain amount out at a time.
He's dumping, guys.
Yeah. And Zuckerberg has been dumping, and a lot of these other companies, people that are projected as the owner of the companies, are doing the same tactics here. They think that they're going to get out of this.
And Jack tweeted today at 8:06 a.m. from Singapore, just the Singapore flag. So something's up, guys. Something's there. Now, this was an anon on the QArmy social network that brought this up. Look at this. You got the pen, right, with a closed book, and then you've got a pen with an open book. Could this be closed, open notebook, sealed, unsealed?
Sealed to unsealed. And then the clock moving further to the right in the second picture towards noon.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And, so I thought that was very interesting too. Thank you from, the QArmy social network. And I see we've got some great Patriots in here. I see Blue Eyes in there. And since Blue Eyes came in, here we go.
The Great Awakening, the call to man, the hidden story, the master plan. We are all human, we have a voice. We are blessed and burdened with a choice. With a choice. Don't you forget, with open arms, we are waiting. Don't you forget, with open arms, 'cause where we go on, we go on. When one rises up, we all stand tall. 'Cause where we go on, we go on. Together we're unstoppable. You might have noticed the changing tides. We stand for freedom, for the waking minds. We are all human, we have a voice. We are blessed and burdened with a choice. With a choice. Don't you forget, with open arms, we are waiting. Don't you forget, with open arms, where we go on, we go on. When one rises up, we all stand tall. 'Cause where we go on, no, we go on. Together we're unstoppable. 'Cause where we go on, we go on. When one rises up, we all stand tall. 'Cause where we go on, no, we go on. Together we're unstoppable. 'Cause where we go on, we go on. Together we're unstoppable.
Yes, together we're unstoppable, guys. And Blue
Are
Eyes,
vegans healthy?
thank you very much for
Are
that.
vegetarians healthy?
I keep doing that.
French
Why do I have
fries and
autoplay
beer.
on? Anyways, guys, thank you very much for that. And you guys are amazing. Blue Eyes, I love that song. Shady?
It's a special time for everyone to gather, witness, but also reflect and be ready. I'm just telling you, be ready for what's about to come. All of our lives are getting ready to change, and it's going to change in an instant.
Absolutely. And
Whenever you get posts like strike fast, it's directly letting you know that once the punch hits, everyone's going to know. And whatever it is, you're going to know what's going on when it happens, and that peace be with you and help share that peace with others as we move through this is my overarching message to all of you guys out there.
That's absolutely right. And we've got some new patrons too. Thank you very much, Susan S. Strong, Donna Weichel, The Land of War Changes Nothing, Allison Brown, Nancy Lacrosse, Jennifer Clark, JB Nodo, Jersey G. If you guys, just we've got a couple things up there. There is nothing behind a paywall. There are tiers there just to help, but you can always do a custom thing. If you guys do want to support and like our work, there's different tiers, or you can just do your own custom thing. We're working hard. I think Wednesday we're going to be on Tori Says again. We're speaking, guys. We're speaking out, and we're getting the word out. This is also,
they're excited to have us back over there.
Yeah, this is also PayPal. If you guys want to donate, because donation is a freedom. Okay, we really appreciate it. And by the way, we're actually updating the website tomorrow. Today. Webmaster Q is updating the website today. We should see some things. So if you guys see any glitches there, please bear with us. We're working on it. But it's going to be much, much more succinct. Okay, and faster load times, and Webmaster Q's got it all covered. I also wanted to show you this before we go, Shady. This is where is it? It was this tweet last night I did to Mr. Rothschild, Mike Rothschild. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. All right, this is the original tweet I did from Mike Rothschild. Why you didn't introduce the entire top? Why didn't you introduce the entire top 100? Why 200? The article referenced by HRC has an embedded link that literally targets Q Pro. Sometimes I'm human, guys. I make mistakes. And I am on said list, and it's a badge of honor. And we've got some great. Oh gosh, look at some of these things. And I'm on the top 200 list. And guess what happens with that? You get attacked, and you get doxxed, and your family gets doxxed. Well, you know what? I've been doxxed, and even right under this thread, I'm doxxed. I am Jeffrey Peterson, and I am proud of it. And I am here to bring you more. And here's Cruz Trump. This is me in 2016. I'm right there with the P. That is me. And I'm wearing red shoes for Walk a Mile Inner Shoes, safe space in the Treasure Coast, Florida. I didn't know what red shoes were back then, so whatever. I didn't know. Then we've got this 322. Apparently, I'm now Skull and Bones. You can look. I never went to Yale. I'm not 322. I'm Anons. Do your research. False decodes. You're insane, is what I told this person. This is me. Here I am. And this is what they're doing to me. So if that doesn't show you what the top 200 means, I don't know what does, people. And these people are traitors to the movement. And I think you guys are understanding that now. And I love you so much.
Clear lines.
Yeah. Yeah. So that tweet was only got 261. It was only 100 this morning. And I tweeted it just a couple minutes ago, or a few minutes ago. Look at that. I said this tweet is being suppressed. So I am being suppressed because I tagged him. And this is only hours old. This is like an hour or two old. I got 288 likes as opposed to the other one, right? And here's the New Zealand shooting, Parkland kids too. I think we needed to make sure we brought that up. They were there. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, guys. And with that is our show. Unless, Shady, do you have anything to wrap this up with? What an amazing show, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being behind us and this Q movement of freedom, individual thought. Shady.
The message is your president has retweeted an account that is a Q follower, my friends. This war is going to be so lovely. This show is going to set everyone in America in a position of understanding what it is that is happening so fast that the deep state head is going to spin. And then within a few hours, they will no longer be able to walk down the street. I think the slow drip is over. I think the big Moab is coming. I think you guys are ready. I know that we are sitting here like a nice juicy steak at dinner, ready to start, but so much patience out there, love and just self-control and turning the ideas inward, starting to use them to reflect outwardly within yourself and start to manifest your future, because the future is going to be abundant. I promise you that. That's where we're headed, to a future where humanity lives in its natural state, which is abundance. So bless all of you great patriots for joining us today. And thank you for coming to the Matrixxx Groove Hour. And Matrixxx was telling you earlier, we're going to be on Tori Says with Red State Radio on Wednesday. So please, if you're not following her on Twitter, go give her lots of support. They've got a billboard up in Times Square of General Flynn and his defense fund. And if you feel so compelled to support Mr. Flynn, I recommend that you get over there and support him as well, because this guy's taking some bullets for you, and you're going to find out sooner rather than later exactly how extensive that all was. So with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Matrixxx. I just love talking to these guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for everybody for coming and joining us, and we're going to be back here, the same bat channel, the same bat time tomorrow.
Yes, and thank you guys very much. The Great Awakening, Freedom of Thought, was designed and created, and not only as a back channel to the public, a way of long-standing mind control and corrupt and heavily biased media, to endure future events through transparency and regeneration of individual thought, breaking the change of groupthink, but more importantly, aid in the construction of a vehicle, a ship that provides the scattered free thinkers with a starter new social networking platform which allows for freedom of thought, expression, and patriotism or national pride, the feeling of love, devotion, a sense of attachment to the homeland, our country, and alliance with other citizens who share the same segment. Get on over to intheMatrixxx.com with 3 X's. Join the QArmy social network, and we'll see you over there, guys. Trinity's got the phone. We are heading out of here.
Duck and cover.
intheMatrixxx with 3 X's on Twitter. @ShadyGroove with 3 O's. intheMatrixxx with 3X's.com. Be safe, Patriots. Head on a swivel. Don't be a traitor to this movement, to this country, to your people. Q, POTUS, MAGA. Much love, Patriots. Peace out. See you tomorrow.